The last flight an airplane takes is to an aircraft graveyard. These are massive facilities that are basically open-air parking lots for retired airplanes. How y'all doing, Titty Nopers? And welcome back to Titty Nope. Airlines go as far as spending millions of dollars on getting the latest models of aircraft, and then some more just to operate them. But here's the sad part. The lifespan of an average airplane isn't all that impressive. A commercial plane usually lasts around 20 years, which isn't nearly enough considering the whopping manufacturing cost of $90 to $400 million. Aircraft graveyards can be found in several places around the world, but mostly in South America. The huge land availability and the dry climate helps in slowing down the process of rusting of an aircraft. The largest airplane graveyard is the DAVIS-MONTHAN Air Force Base. It had always been a storage facility for military aircraft since World War II, and today it has evolved to become the largest, containing more than 4,400 aircraft. Once the airplane arrives at its destined location, it's carefully washed to get rid of any residual salt that may have accumulated over the years. Such residues usually cause corrosion. The fluids are then drained from bathrooms, engines, and all openings are covered. That's why it's very important that it is washed off properly. Otherwise, it would be an unnecessary waste of resources. Once done, the fuel tanks are drained and flushed with lubricant to make sure there's no remaining liquid left. The tires of an airplane are particularly important. The rubber used on them have tons of applications in other areas, so it's crucial that we prevent the sun from ruining the rubber in any way. For that reason, the tires are covered in mylar, a type of polyester film, to prevent the rubber from deteriorating. Now that the basic maintenance is completed, the plane is ready to be stored. But for what exactly? You see, when an old airplane is retired, all of its components aren't automatically retired at the same time. Imagine that an Airbus 380 contains roughly 4 million components on average, and a Boeing 777 contains 3 million parts. Engines, fuselage parts, electronics, you name it, it'll have it. Even if the plane itself isn't in working conditions anymore, that doesn't mean its components can't be used as spare parts for other aircrafts. Remember, it's always preferred to replace a malfunctioning part in a plane than just to fix it. So yes, the spare parts gathered from an old airplane that's no longer in service can be life-saving. The entire process is complex, and it takes a while to ensure that there's nothing of value remaining. When it's done, the airplane is melted for scrap metal. Even in its ruins, the entire airplane is more valuable than we can ever imagine. The next time you drink a Coca-Cola, you might just want to consider that the can you are holding might have traveled across the globe and landed eventually in your hands. But that's not the fate of all retired airplanes. Some of the more prominent ones even end up as museum exhibits. Did you know that the prototype of the Boeing 747, serial number 001, has been restored at Seattle's Museum of Flight? Moreover, the Pima Air and Space Museum in Tucson houses over 400 historical planes and spacecraft. Concorde is another excellent example of an iconic aircraft on public display. Gone, but never forgotten. According to the International Air Transport Association, over 16,000 commercial aircraft have been retired worldwide over the past 35 years. Also, it's interesting to note that not all aircraft are scrapped and sent to a storage facility or a graveyard right away. There's a strong trade in second-hand airplanes, and it turns out several airlines are more than willing to purchase a used plane than invest in a much more expensive new one. But what do you think is the most unusual use of a retired old aircraft? It's certainly not scrap metal or even an extravagant museum display. There are airplanes in the world that have found new lives as hotels or restaurants. That's right. A Boeing 747 was found to be used as a hotel in Stockholm. And have you heard about the Hotel Costa Verde in Costa Rica? It's where you can spend the night in a suite built in the fuselage of a Boeing 727. Talk about creativity. That's all for today's video. Let us know what you found fascinating about old and retired airplanes in the comment section below. If you enjoyed watching, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notifications. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.